Welcome! In this video, we'll make sense of the two little words about and around. You'll learn how they're used, the key differences between them, and lots of practical expressions you can use every day. Let's get started. About is a very common and flexible word in English. Depending on context, it can talk about the topic of something, talk about, the reason for a feeling, worried about, approximate quantities, about 10 minutes, or movement in different places, walk about. It can also describe things that are lying around in no particular order, or show that something is completely focused on a topic, all about. Because it appears so often and with so many meanings, understanding its different uses helps you sound more natural and understand everyday English more easily. She's worried about the exam. She's annoyed about the delay. They're excited about the trip. She was upset about the argument. I'm angry about the decision. He's happy about the good news. The book is about the history of ancient civilizations. I'll think about your offer. We need to talk about the budget. We talked about the project. Did you hear about the accident? She knows a lot about history. It's about 10 miles from here to the nearest town. It costs about PS 20. He lives about 10 minutes from here. People were walking about in the square. The kids are about somewhere in the garden. They wandered about the town all afternoon. We spent the afternoon wandering about the old town. There were clothes lying about everywhere. There were papers lying about all over the desk. Tools were lying about in the garage. All about used to show that something completely focuses on a topic, the show is all about wildlife, or that someone is very interested in something, she's all about fitness. Also used to express the main key of something, success is all about consistency. This book is all about dinosaurs. The documentary is all about climate change. Today's lesson is all about phrasal verbs. She's all about fitness these days. She's all about healthy living. She's all about helping others. It's all about practice. In this video, we also look at two very common expressions with about. Care about used to talk about what truly matters to us, and bring about used to describe changes or results caused by something. Care about. We use care about to talk about things that matter to us emotionally, morally, or personally. Care about focuses on emotional importance, not practical responsibility. They care about protecting the environment. I really care about your opinion. She doesn't care about money. Bring about. We use it for social, political, economic, or personal changes or results. The new policy brought about significant improvements. The crisis brought about new regulations. In many contexts, about and around can both mean in various places or moving with no clear direction. However, British English and American English prefer different choices depending on the expression. British speakers use about much more often in expressions of movement or position. Walk about, wander about, lie about, objects scattered around. Kids are about somewhere. To British ears, these sound natural and common. Around is still used in the UK, but about is a very typical and traditional choice. American speakers almost always choose around instead of about in these contexts. Walk around, wander around, lying around. The kids are around somewhere. Using about for movement can sound old-fashioned or slightly unusual in American English, except in fixed expressions. How about, I'm not sure about that? In most cases, about UK and around US mean exactly the same thing, but the preference changes depending on the variety of English. The people were walking about in the park. The people were walking around in the park. There are books lying about everywhere. There are books lying around everywhere. Quick rule of thumb. If you want British style, use about for movement and scattered position. If you want American style, use around for the same meaning. Around is a very common English word with several everyday meanings. In general, it suggests movement in a circular or general area, being on every side of something, or being approximately a certain number. It is especially frequent in American English, where it often replaces about in expressions of movement or scattered location. 1. Movement from place to place, without a specific direction. We walked around the city all afternoon. We walked around the park. She likes to wander around the park. They walked around the lake and enjoyed the view. Meaning, things lying in different spots, not organized. His clothes are lying around everywhere. There are toys around the living room. Meaning, encircling or being on all sides of something. There were trees around the house. A fence was built around the garden. Meaning, close to, roughly. There were around 50 people at the party. I'll be there at around 5 o'clock. It costs around $50. Meaning, in the general area, not far away. Is Tom around? I need to talk to him. The pharmacy is somewhere around here. Less common but correct, meaning movement in a circular direction. The earth moves around the sun. He turned around quickly when he heard a noise. To complete this section, let's look at two very common expressions with around that appear all the time in everyday English. Look around and around the world. Look around, meaning to explore a place casually, to check what is there, often without a specific goal. We arrived early, so we had time to look around the museum. If you look around, you'll see plenty of options. Around the world. In many countries across the globe, globally. Used to talk about things that happen internationally. The movie became famous around the world. People celebrate New Year's Eve in different ways around the world. Thanks for watching. Keep practicing about and around in your daily English. They appear everywhere. See you in the next video.